Do you want to leave your 9 to 5? Because I did about 4 years ago, and that's when I bought my laundromat. I had been working as a nurse for about 12 years when I got that itch where I just knew I needed to do something different. I was tired of asking someone else when I could take a vacation. I was tired of management always adding more stuff onto my plate, and I was tired of just never quite having enough, or at least just not having as much as I wanted. So that's when I decided to really start looking for a business I could buy. First, I was looking at mobile home parks and then storage units, and then this laundromat came up for sale, and I thought, I think I can do that. And so I did. I continued to work as a nurse for 3 more years while still running my laundromat. And then about a year ago, I was finally able to quit. It was such an amazing feeling to walk out of that hospital after just giving my manager notice that I was quitting. It's like I had done it. I had made a goal and I accomplished it. Are there days that I kind of miss nursing because I had done it so long? Definitely, but I just love what I do so much more now that I don't regret it. I'm just a regular girl who quit her nursing job to buy a laundromat. Now, I didn't exactly do it in that order, but pretty close. I continued to work as a nurse for about 3 more years after purchasing my laundromat. And then about a year ago, I finally quit nursing altogether. But those first few months of owning my laundromat, I did a lot of renovations. So while I was still collecting quarters, running the business, and working as a nurse, I made a lot of new updates to the laundromat. First, I replaced all the lighting. I wanted my laundromat to be light and bright and for the women to always feel safe in there. When I had taken over, about half of the lights were not working. It just felt so dingy and dark inside. The next thing I did was I painted the entire inside. The previous paint was chipping and coming off and was probably the original paint when the laundromat started. And then I recently just installed new flooring. This was a big decision as well as a huge cost out of my pocket. But I think it was worth it because it looks amazing. The flooring cost about $10,000 to install. You can see in the next video the checkered flooring in the background. That was the original flooring that I had removed. Trust me when I tell you that it needed to be replaced. I'm in the back right here, so I didn't want to spend money on something that no one ever sees but me. There's always more I can be doing to improve my laundromat, but I think I did pretty good starting off. As long as my customers enjoy coming and spending their time there, then I'm happy. Have you ever heard of laundromat sins? That's right, you heard me, laundromat sins. Those are those things that you do when you own a laundromat and you make huge mistakes that keep your customers from coming back. I came up with 3 of them, but I want to hear from you guys and what you think would keep you from coming back to a laundromat. The first one is constantly having broken machines. It's frustrating for customers to come in and see the same machine broken week after week. And because of that, it's telling the customer that the owner just doesn't care. The second sin is having dim or flickering lighting. It's honestly amazing how much good lighting can play such a huge role in making your customers feel like they're walking into a clean, bright, safe place. And the last one, which I think is the worst one, is keeping a dirty laundromat. I can't tell you how many comments I get from our customers letting us know how clean our laundromat is. Anytime I go out and look at my competition in my area, the first thing I notice is how clean or not clean their laundromat is. And on those really busy nights, a laundromat can get really messy really quick. I even have my girls clean with a lavender scented soap. I think having a really clean laundromat will make your customers feel that since they're washing their clothes in a clean laundromat, they can leave feeling like their clothes are more clean. Is that crazy to think that way? I just think that that's how I would feel if I was a customer. What do you think is another laundromat sin? What do you think is the difference between being rich and being wealthy? My name is Cammie and I own this laundromat, and just this morning I was listening to a podcast that brought up that question. So what would be your answer to that question? I thought of a few things that make each one of them different. When I think of a person who is rich, I think of someone who has a large income like a doctor or a lawyer. But in order to have that large income, they have to go to work every day. They in essence are trading their time for money. But someone who is wealthy has automatic income and they're not trading their time for money. They instead are quite literally making money while they sleep. And another thing that I thought of that separates the two of them is that the wealthy person is no longer worrying about money. Even though the rich may make a lot of money, they could still have very high bills such as their house or their car payments. So not only are they working every day, but they're also paying those high bills as well. Where the wealthy is just living day to day with peace of mind. And to me, that is true wealth. What do you guys think about this? Are there any others you would add or subtract from this list? I think at the end of the day, we should all be working towards having true wealth, because I don't think having any car or house could ever replace the true satisfaction of having peace of mind. My vending machine is finally back in order and I want to get it restocked. But before I do, I want to hear what you guys think of what items you think I should stock it with. What would be your go-to snacks that you would want if you were waiting for the time to pass? Let me know in the comments because I'm going to be heading to Costco next week. I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say. I own a laundromat, and I want to tell you how going on a date with a boy caused me to get this account as well as raise my prices. I've had my laundromat for 4 years now, and I also do pickup and delivery out of it, which means we do all sorts of laundry for businesses, including these very dirty harnesses that came from a large construction company. We've done these harnesses for 4 different construction sites, and a few weeks ago, one of the guys I met on the construction site asked me out. Yes, I know this probably isn't very professional, but I also don't have HR. And so when we went out, he not only told me that I need to raise my prices, mainly because there is so much money in construction and that they can definitely afford it, but he also gave me a referral to another construction site where I could reach out to do their harnesses as well. So even though I really didn't like him when we went out, it was definitely worth the free dinner and some great business advice. I've learned that when it comes to pricing these random one-off types of items, the items that aren't the typical type of laundry, I can kind of sort of charge whatever I want. So I think next time I get another random account like this one, instead of playing it safe just so I can make sure I can land that account, I'm gonna try something way out of my comfort zone, and I'll let you know what happens.